Yeah, except Nasara
Hello,
that I
everybody.
Hello.
Welcome. How's everybody doing tonight?
fabulous.
Doing good.
I am
Doing
alive
very
and
well.
present. No. What was it that I heard the other day? I am present and not crying.
Oh,
That's like apparently the direct translation of a very common Swedish response to that question.
Interesting.
it's a sad culture.
All right, I think audio's good.
Yep. I do have to fix one small thing. There we go. So that we can actually see that red dirt down there at the bottom. Boop.
Oh yeah, 'cause it's at the very
Yep. Things you
okay.
can't necessarily see until you're up and going.
Yep.
You always
So-
move that.
All right. Hey, Tim Carday, thank you for the wonderful new overlay.
You're welcome.
Very nice.
I
Remix
tried.
version of the first.
I tried to make one last week, and as everybody saw, did not come out as good as this one.
It was actually pretty good, but yeah. But I kind of was lazy, and I just went with the last one that we used, but put a little purple overlay.
Hey,
But it works.
It's got the new city in the background.
Has the names. I think I got everybody's name spelled right. I think 2 S's, 1 R for Nasara, right, Nasara? Okay.
You spelled your name wrong, though. Sorry.
Did I spell my name wrong?
No.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. Murphy.
I had to check my name to make sure, but I was like, that's it. My name's fine.
I've typed your name like 4 times. I'm like, this can't be how Kieran is spelled, but it's how it's spelled. So it works.
Yeah,
It's
it is one of the weirdest spellings of Kieran.
It works. Whoops. Yeah, it works though. Yeah.
Because most spellings are start with a K instead of a C. So
Yeah.
You know what I realized? You put everybody except for you and Simple in the same spot.
Yep.
Did I really?
Mm-hmm.
I think
You and Simple swapped spots, but
Interesting.
everybody else is in the exact same spot.
Well, it was not. I mean, I thought about. I didn't realize it was that, but I know I wanted Zahad and me to be close together.
Uh-huh.
And Kieran seemed, I don't know, just because he's a fighter, I thought he's more in line with my sensibilities, so I put him on the same side too.
Yeah.
That was the main reason why.
I got
should have.
I got the 2 tanks by me.
yeah,
That's all that matters.
Zahad is
All
in the
that matters.
Zahad's in the Marshall. He's the meat of the Marshall sandwich right now.
Yeah.
You got to give it some
Yeah.
flavor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And hopefully for Michael Melt, that is not the death square, but it was last
That's true.
part.
The Death Square. What does that mean? I'm
Well,
confused.
it's the Hellish Rebuke Square. It's the,
Oh, okay.
It's the Zap Square.
Zap
it's the
Square.
Zap Square.
I don't have that functionality anymore, so we're going to go on the optimistic concept that that's just not going to happen.
And you have a
You
good
also
AC
have-
this time.
Yes, you have an armor
Yeah.
class and hit points this
yes,
time.
yes, no,
That's nice.
yeah, yes. Those are both things that are fundamental to one's survival and the on the mission, so to say.
I got rid of mine. It's going to be great.
Who needs an armor class? I've got magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys stay in the back. Me and Emissary will take care of it.
Yeah. As any normal human woman would have. Just
Listen, I'm not like you guys. I'm just average and normal and nothing special. So
just from a distant country.
And not a human.
Anywho. So yeah, everybody had a good time last week. We missed you, Tim. Glad you're back.
Yeah. Glad I'm back.
Gonna throw out a little public service announcement. Be careful on Discord. All right, people's accounts are being hacked, and then they are reaching out to their friends lists.
Oh.
And it is. I spent 4 hours fighting a hacker last night. Yep. A friend on my friends list said he just made a game and wanted me to check it out. Yep. Lots of fun. So just be careful. That's
Glad
the
you get some,
public
yeah.
service announcement. Tim, it was Drayton. So if you get anything from Drayton,
Yeah.
Yes. And I thought,
Yep.
oh, it's great. And I says hi, but I'm gonna just I'll just block him for now, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
I already
yeah,
got got messages from him saying, "Yeah,
Yep.
he's
He didn't.
back
I didn't.
now."
I didn't get that message. So.
Yep.
Got it.
So, but
Yeah, no, he like literally comes home last night and he's like, "Oh, I need to do something real quick for Drayton. He reached out and asked me to do him a favor, so just give me a second and I'll come to bed." And then
5 a.m. Yep.
So,
Oof.
Yeah. So just be
thanks for letting me
careful
know.
out there. They're
Yeah.
they're getting creative. So, I used to say, "Oh no, they'll never get me." They find ways.
yeah.
It's not
social
always that Nigerian.
engineering.
It's not always that Nigerian prince. All right.
Germans, that's right.
But anyways, Aiden, what's going on in Red Dirt RPG land? Let's get into some good stuff.
Things are getting pretty good. Let's start with the Outlaws first. Red Dirt Outlaws, Keys of the Golden Vault, episode 48, Shard of the Accursed, in which our thieves have to do. They don't have to do normal heists. They have to do a reverse heist where they have to actually get the item back to where it belongs. It's very interesting. They have to stop basically the destruction of a whole town. So it's pretty fun stuff. Or else these earthquakes are going to destroy it.
That's not that big a deal.
Yes, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah.
But as for the podcast, is episode 77, Sewers and Secrets, in which our furries are, well, they delved into the sewers already. They fought some stuff, but now they're going to these weird trials of some sort. It's very interesting. Things are starting to heat up a little bit with that as well, as things are going to get interesting over the next few episodes. So stay tuned for that. Other than that, I don't think there's a plausible deniability this Thursday. I don't think we might not be getting a plausible deniability for a while.
Oh no.
Due to some personal reasons and such. So, but hopefully we'll have one soon, maybe. But just stay tuned. We'll see.
Okay. We need to do a how to build characters guide. I think. I need Colin to tell me how to play a monk.
Yes.
Yeah.
He did that very well.
Again, I didn't play a monk.
He played clown.
Buster.
Yeah.
He played Buster is what he played.
Oh, speaking of, hey Jess, show off that newest miniature that came from
yeah.
Red Dirt. If you have not seen it yet, look at that fabulous Buster.
It's Buster.
A little bit to
Nice.
your left. There you go. Yep.
Show his booty.
Yeah. Yeah. No, those are Hero Forge minis.
That's awesome.
They've come out with instead of the actual 3D printed, you can actually do a 2D colored. It's a little bit less expensive, but
Those are so cool, though.
Oh yeah,
Those
they
are
look
so cool.
amazing. Yeah. So, speaking of minis, I don't know if any of you guys have seen. Sorry to break the new miniatures that are like digital. It's from her ice cream. It's gone. She ate it all and then was painting on the table with it. Yep. Sorry, our daughter decided we went to Chick-fil-A for dinner and they gave her ice cream in her kids meal instead of the toy.
Saran wrap everything.
And she ate all the ice cream, but anything that was left in it, it's all over the table she was eating on.
That's
I took a
awesome.
picture of her having the cup sitting on her foot, that the foot was on her little table. Yeah, no, it was cute. But anyways, yeah, they're little digital, about 3 to 4 inches. And you can load like all the miniatures on them, so each one can represent all your minis.
Oh. This is a
And
digital.
you can use an app. Yeah, and you can use an app to change what miniature is on
That is-
the digital display.
That'll
So-
be super helpful for DMs, especially.
Oh yeah, instead of having to have, hundreds and hundreds of miniatures, you can just have, 6, 7, 8 of these, and they also had different sizes, so you could get like big ones for large and huge.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I've seen a couple of different ones out on Kickstarter recently, and I was like, "Oh, that's pretty good, especially for cons." And it's like 8 to 10 hours life, rechargeable. Yeah,
Wow.
Perfect, yeah.
yeah.
That's when you put out like the gargantuan mini, and they're like, "Oh, what are you throwing out? Oh no, it must be something big," and you just put like a kobold or something.
That's right.
That would be funny. So, but yeah, no, sorry to interrupt. I was like, speaking of miniatures, those are interesting ways that miniatures for tabletops are starting to to become different, which isn't a bad thing, but to be able to have all of them quickly would be nice.
Yeah.
So-
Like you said, especially for cons, and if you're,
Oh,
if you're
yeah.
a traveling DM, oh my
Oh, yeah.
gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah, to not have to carry, a whole suitcase full of all your miniatures.
Okay, Mr. Andrew.
I don't know what you're talking about.
One suitcase, please.
Okay, I feel
Yeah,
called out on
yeah.
my 4 suitcases of miniatures
Oh.
that I have when I DM, all right?
Yep. SoonerCon, man, pulling up with a whole suitcase, 2 suitcases, man.
Yep.
This,
Oh, and then
this guy's the guy for that.
well, and there was one adventure that actually had dragons in it, and I brought my big dragons.
Yeah.
Because I have the dragon miniatures, the large, because I don't know if I've ever, we've got a few. If you can see, there's lovely Tiamat and the Tarask, and then there's some dragons. Yeah, no.
Hey, his name is Dante.
Oh, sorry, Dante.
He is our son.
Yeah, he and Tiamat converse up top. I'm only partially scared.
Along with her Silmacron.
Yeah. But, anyways, so Tim, talk to us about Patreon.
Yeah, we have a Patreon page. If you want to support the Red Dirt RPG Network, you can head to patreon.com/reddirtdnd and you can check us out there. There's different tiers. Lowest tier is like $5, but if you do that, you get all the goodies. You get access to the Discord server, which you can talk to us, and you can. Man, there's always a meme like every day. There, Brooke or someone else is like throwing up something there. But you can kind of join us there and hang out with us and fans of the network. You get the podcast 4 days early on Sunday. You also get the roundtable of the podcast every 4 episodes where they do a deep dive into the previous episodes. That's always fun to listen to. And then at the higher levels, you do get things like the minis, like that Buster mini, and we have a Doodler mini, and what's up? I'm missing the last mini we had. But we had
It's Brad.
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 I would show them all, but somebody
Yeah.
absconded with Brad.
Oh,
the Evolve and
no.
the Mysteries of Beatrix.
But I have
Yeah.
the happy couple, so.
Okay.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
That is true. We have the
Yes.
couple.
That's right. But you get that. You can get T-shirts. You get all kinds of cool stuff. But the main thing is that the money goes to kind of helping Red Dirt kind of grow and to head to these different cons like SoonerCon that's coming up, and maybe even cons outside the state. Is there?
There is talks about it.
Yeah.
It's one of those you got to be a year out usually for those kind of things. But yeah.
But that is but patreon.com/reddirtdnd. If you like what you see here, if you want to support us, just head that way and throw us a couple bucks.
Fantastic.
Back
All
to you.
right. And Michael, you want to talk about the other fun thing?
Indeed. If you feel like throwing a little bit of money our way to support what we do here at Red Dirt, you can achieve that by going to our website, reddirtdnd.com. Up at the top, there is a little tab there. It's labeled merch. There you'll find an assemblage of t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, some hoodies, drinkware, and hats that all are emblazoned with Red Dirt or some of the properties that we have there. There is a
They've changed.
They have changed.
Changed again?
Yep.
Oh,
Well, it was a
man.
limited time sale on
Yes.
some of those items. It ended yesterday. So,
There are still gold dragons available.
Mhm.
That's a thing that I'm seeing here. And apparently, you can find your t-shirts, hats, and all that with our Red Dirt RPG branding on it, and you can show off your patronage and your fandom to those around you.
fantastic. Yeah. They're probably working on more artwork. I'm sure Tim is and Connor are hard at work on that.
Yes.
Tim's like, maybe. For those that you didn't know, the dragons that you saw on the t-shirts, that was a Tim design. So,
Nice.
oh, you're muted, sir.
You're muted, Tim.
I did the initial sketches, but really Connor
Okay.
took that to the next level. But
Okay.
they turned out great. But I did the base work, but he kind of took it. He flew from it after that. So they look great.
Yeah, whenever you do the sketch and Connor does like the cleanup, it's amazing.
It's a
always
good
amazing.
team up because
It's a good team up, yeah.
I get kind of bored of the cleanup, and so if he can take it and just make it look nice and good, it's
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, anybody have any questions about anything before we go live into our game?
You zoomed in a lot on my face. Makes me nervous.
Makes you nervous. Okay, hold on. Let
'Cause
me.
I already have a big head, but like whoa.
It looks good.
Well, I mean, I look good, but still, it's like a big forehead. Whoa.
Transform, reset it. Oh, where? And he's gone.
I'm gone.
Oh. And our
Nobody
leader is
told me I'm
gone.
gone.
Everyone revolts.
we just-
Yay!
Oh, he's gone. Oh no.
Food
We're free.
fight.
Here we go. Here we go. You ready? And we go yada. And
Oh, he
Got
zoomed in even more. Oh my gosh.
there you go. Is that better?
I don't know. We'll find out in 30-ish seconds.
Oh, I've already seen it. It looks good.
Size up.
There you go.
You look like a you look like a gnome now.
Yeah, look at that. Thank you.
You're
You-
welcome, sir.
All right, we're 25 minutes in.
Hey, no, we're 17. Okay. We got a late start. All right, I'm sorry. I had to get
You
everything
should
up and
be.
running.
It's all good.
I can't hear that. That is way loud. Pull that down. All right, so I do want to say one quick thank you to SDWay Gaming. Thank you so much for the dice and everything. They are sending new stuff out for our new characters. Can't wait to see that. Hopefully by the next time that we are together, they will be here. Hey, no ma'am. Sorry, the Dice Fairy has decided to raid my drawers where everything is kept at my desk.
She's a smart girl.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is there?
A lot. Markers, pens,
Oh, I thought like
Sharpies,
gold bars.
gold bars, silver bars, platinum bars.
You got
Tricks.
some tricks in there?
Yep.
Some tricks in there, yeah.
Yep.
You know, they're for kids, right?
Yeah.
You got the secrets of the
Come on,
campaigns in
please,
the
give me
campaign in there
inspiration.
too.
Actually, they're kept in notebooks outside the reach of the Dice Fairy
That's
because she loves to draw.
that's good.
We should
She's
give
a
her
wicked
inspiration.
good tattoo artist.
Yep.
With like Sharpie markers.
Mhm.
Oh, she is. Yeah.
So,
Sorry. Twos. Anyways,
Why do you have a binky?
hey, we don't hate binkies here. Kidding me? I still got 3.
That was your inner Buster coming out.
Yeah, I can't stop it. It happens.
Yeah. Buster's just a part of you now.
Say, Daddy, I think.
All right. As we last left off, our group had met almost everybody. Emissary, unfortunately, had other engagements and had not been able to join the group yet.
There's no intro, Andrew. We're just doing it now, right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're good. Never mind.
And unfortunately, there is
You're
no
good. Nope.
recap yet this week. There
Yeah,
is.
no. Never mind. You're good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope. That's why I said thank you to SDWay
Yeah.
and to Pro Laser Cuts. That's the one I was forgetting. Pro Laser Cuts. Sorry, Dice Fairy distractions. They're a real thing.
It is real.
But the group,
ahead, sir.
after having met Zahad, had been invited to come to family dinner, as he had a prior engagement. Family lunch. Lunch, dinner. Some people call it that
Litter. Even.
because
Lunch.
the night one would be supper, and Emissary is gone.
No, I'm still here. Sorry.
Okay. Oh, okay. Heard. He's just turning off his camera. But as the group enjoyed some time getting to know some of his family members and enjoying some good food, Kieran had decided to not go to lunch and had wandered out into the town and to head to the church of Spandanda, where he left the cincture that Nisara had given him. And then as he was doing that, he literally just put it down and walked outside the church to just wait.
Yep.
As lunch is finishing up, you hear a swirl, everybody, and a pop as two figures emerge out of the teleportation sigil in the ground. You have the butler and a new individual that you have not seen yet. And Tim, if you would describe Emissary for everybody, please. Oh, hold on. Give me just a second, Tim. Trying to put you on the solo screen here. There we go. Go for it.
But I mean, this is I mean, at first glance, this is a Warforged. You can tell he's a mechanical man. I think he's big, but he's not really. Zahad is a big guy, and Emissary is not quite that big. He's probably an inch or two smaller, but he's a very wide individual. I think Zahad's pretty. I mean, they're both big guys, but he's not quite as big as not quite as tall as Zahad. But he is decked in. I mean, he does have some clothing on, but a lot of what you see, he's just covered in various weapons. He's got this huge maul on his back. He has like a short sword. He even has like a small buckler that's on his back. But he's got daggers, a few javelins. He is like dressed to the nines and just a weapon. He's a like kind of copperish and silver tone. There's lots of small plates that kind of make up his body, his head, and you can see on the little picture there if it's entry, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He has his mouth doesn't really move all that much, but there is some articulation around the eyes, and they're just like a deep smoldering red. There's almost like a flickering of a fire behind there. But he's very blank faced, I guess, but he can make small little adjustments to his eyes, kind of as his eyes dilate and the machinery or whatever that his facial structure around there can move to give him more emotion, but it's limited what you can tell. But he looks but he's there, just appears, and he's with the butler, right? Who's like what, 2'9" or something,
right?
Yeah, I mean he will look down to Buford and he'll just kind of nod at him. He's probably a man of few words, but he will nod and he sees the group and. I think he will come over to Zahad first as he nods to the group there, and he'll tell Zahad. He hands you some paperwork, and he'll say, "Things went well at the courtroom. I did not have to invoke the rights of the arbiter, so you should not have any more trouble with this case. There you go."
Incredible. Thank you very much, my emissary. Everyone, emissary has arrived. Mr. Dangalangus, can we have a fresh... Wait, does emissary eat?
Emissary, he will tell you when you've asked him before. He eats he can utilize it. He doesn't need to eat, but he chooses to eat because it does help him to repair himself. But he does not need to, but he enjoys eating with others because it's a very social thing.
Can I have a fresh hot oil beverage made for emissary, Mr. Dangalangus?
Yeah, but abadoo, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness, Jesus. I think emissary will nod at thank you.
Next time I design NPCs, I'm coming up with voices and everything.
Voices too. Actually, yeah, I think emissary does speak Draconic, so he will actually thank Dangalangus if he brings it, and he will see what he'll say it, but not in quite that same dialect. He has more of a traditional dialect that he'll say thank you.
And when you talk to him in the Draconic, he goes, "I prepared this one special for you, emissary. Enjoy."
I appreciate that. Thank you. Are these melt silver mark? Correct? And I point at melt right there.
Yes.
Kirin Messio.
I'm not there.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not there. That's right. That's right.
No.
So he says,
No,
sorry,
we have a
that's right.
bucket. We have a bucket
Yeah.
on top of a mop in a chair.
No. So he does.
Sign.
So he says he does say Kieran Nemesio, but he points at Nasara. Kieran Nemesio.
No.
No.
No, my emissary. That is the Sara.
Nasara. Swift Tooth. That is right. Sorry. Where is? And Murphy's here, and he'll say, must be Murphy mustard seed. And are we missing one? Is Kieran?
Kieran is sitting there, of course. Of course, he wouldn't turn down a lunch from anyone here. That I was hoping made special for everyone to enjoy, and they could meet my family and understand how much I truly care about everything I've told them. Another tear. It's fine.
Huh.
That does remind me, Zod. Gwendolyn will not be able to make it to dinner tonight. I stopped by briefly. She had needs a little bit of help on a project she's working on, but she'll be busy. So she apologizes in advance for not being able to make it.
Understandable. Thank you.
Are they been informed? Have you? told them
I've given
They
the
all agreed.
rough estimate. They've all agreed. We'll speak about this later, but as of right now, the only one who does not have a request to be fulfilled for joining in this expedition and this endeavor is Ms. Nasara.
I have prayed on it, and I would like to ask a favor. Unspecified for some future time. The only thing that I require is not possible at this current moment. But if it does become possible, I will ask you for it.
As long as it is a lawful request within my capabilities, it shall be fulfilled.
So be it.
When do we depart for Krugward? Are we leaving on the morrow? Or?
I believe we'll leave tomorrow morning. In fact, we have yet to determine our means of transport. I'm sorry, did you come up with anything for that?
I have not. I was in courts the whole day, but I can certainly speak with the steward, and we can see if we can manage some means of transportation.
Well, the roads outside of Albuquerque and the greater Primrise area I know are not perfect, but I was thinking maybe a carriage.
Andrew, do we know, does Krugward have like a teleportation circle? Are they too small for that? Or?
No, there are teleportation circles there, if you would choose to do that. But give me Zahad and Emissary, give me a history check.
I will take my wand and place it upon my forehead, and there's a brief flash of blue as I cast a spell. Boop, 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 boop.
Counterspell.
Exceptional wit.
Okay.
Cantrip. One of them new spells that nobody knows what they do yet. Cool. That is a very, very clean 29.
Beautiful. Zahad, you know that is a new ragtag group. You don't really know their capabilities. And so in your estimation, it would be better not to just teleport into the city.
To see what they can do on the way in case
Correct.
anything happens.
Correct.
Oh, of course.
That way you can kind of gauge and understand what everybody is capable of doing. You could teleport straight in, but that could leave you guys at a big disadvantage if you're in a bad situation there.
A means of transport in and out.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's good. That's a good plan. Thank you, Mr. Buford. So I suppose we will have a carriage arranged. Is that all right with everyone?
I assume so.
Well, you are allowed to offer your opinion. Do you have something else you'd prefer, Mr. Sara?
I do not.
Murphy, you seem to be at wit's end looking at that corn on the cob.
You know, this here reminds me of And he just kind of trails off into sun. And he's
Yes.
holding it up, and it's just, yeah.
Yes, quite indeed. Melt, Kieran, thoughts? Carriage, yay, nay?
I would prefer not to have to walk. So
I
carriage sounds lovely.
would concur with that thought.
Sounds like a plan.
Kieran, you're being very quiet.
Absent.
I am
He's absent.
definitely. I'm talking to the bucket.
I'm tapping the bucket. It's like, does he know that it's not real?
He has a
I'm-
voice box and he goes, "Yeah, I believe in you always, Zahad."
Oh
You're my
God.
best friend.
There's a maid behind it holding like 2 sticks with mittens or something. Oh my gosh.
I believe in you, Zahad.
God, it's so bad. All right. Well then, in that note, Mr. Buford, if you could arrange for transport in the morning, that will be all for you today. Thank you so much.
He nods and begins to head out.
All right. Well, the afternoon, evening is yours. I will have rooms made for you here if you'd prefer. There'll be lavish dinner, of course, delivered to your room, or you can care to dine with us in the main dining hall here within my manor. If there's anything else you might need within Abkirk, let me know. I can have it arranged, or if you wish to do it yourself, please feel free. Anything else we should cover? Anything else you all wish to ask, mention, pester, bring about?
Is there facilities present at your lovely estate for sending letters?
Oh yes, of course. Mail is delivered in the morning, always. If I may, I will go to, or I will ask. I'll ask Maddie to have some parchment and quills delivered, to a room for Nasara.
Much appreciation.
Maddie, which one is that, Colin?
That is that's Matilda Greenhill, the halfling.
Okay.
Is that a maid?
Yep.
Yep. Oh, Maddie Greenhill. Yeah, it's a halfling maid. Yep. She nods and says, "But of course, my lord." And scurries away. Anything
Very good.
else anybody would like to do?
What time of day is it?
It's probably 1 to 2-ish at this point.
Okay,
We have long lunches, you know.
that's fair. Melt's gonna go try out the library pass he just got, just to see if that's.
I haven't
actually...
given it to you yet.
Oh, you
Remember?
Damn it. Ah.
You get there and like, aha! This slip of paper with crayon says I can get in.
Fine.
I mean, you could probably bluff your way in, being like, "Do you know who I am? I
You're
was
not
specifically
wrong.
selected by his lordship, Hazard, whatever all the names are."
Man, it's gonna be so great watching you make a new character.
I think if it's a long lunch, I think Emissary he'll divest himself from some of his weapons and he'll start to play with Bolinor and Clorenta. They'll climb on him and he'll hold out his hands and they'll like climb and they'll swing around almost like he's like a jungle gym. He'll just, for the most part, even just stand there as they're playing with him. And stuff. Or get down there, ride him like he's a horse or something. So,
I've had multiple jungle gyms made, and Emissary, you're still the favorite thing to climb on.
thank you, Zaha. Appreciate that. Oh, not that's. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's not supposed to come off, Emissary. Yes.
Yeah.
Very well. Family, enjoy your day. Friends, enjoy your day. Zahad will stand and exit.
Fantastic. As you do that, we switch back to Kieran. Just standing
so-
outside the temple. What are you doing?
2 hours.
Yeah.
I I've not been standing outside the temple for 2 hours. I would
Went on
say,
a walk, remember?
yeah, I would say I probably either went on a walk or I've been sitting on the porch of the temple for a while. In either case, I've mostly just been watching the people of the town to go about their daily business, just keeping an eye on things, making sure everything's going well. And that's how I spend my noonish time, afternoon time.
Mm-hmm.
I eat a bit of rations on the way too, just to make sure I'm not starving.
Okay. Anywhere you're walking?
Nope, I'm just walking around, seeing what's around the town. I don't know if there's anything that catches my eye, but you know.
Give me a history check.
History check. Am I good at those? I have a +1. That's a 18.
Okay. You remember that the town is very much kind of the magic that it is, kind of understands where you're wanting to go at all times. And so you find yourselves slowly being transported back towards the dock area.
Yeah.
And to a less desirable part of the city. It's much smaller than you remember.
Yeah.
It seems that the city's magic has grown, and is less here than when you were a little one.
Yeah. Kieran will kind of think to himself that he's kind of proud of himself for remembering how to kind of navigate the city, despite all the years he's been gone. And anything else he kind of sees of note around here?
I think you notice a kind of a lean-to, kind of shack, that kind of... Uh-huh.
If I may, Andrew, a little bit of lore of Abkirk. Abkirk makes rooms for people to live in.
Mm-hmm. It does.
Interesting. Okay, sorry.
Nope, you're perfectly fine. It is just one of those things is that, and this is kind of one of the things Zahad has been working on. Is yes, that magic does do it, but there's still some people that fall through the cracks. The magic's not all knowing, all seeing. And you have been working on this, and that's one of the things Kieran has noticed is that this area doesn't have as many runaways or people who don't want to be found. Because the magic, you have to want it. Like, the way the magic is like, you have to want a place to stay and to be able to be found, and so there are people out there that just didn't.
Huh.
And so, if you remember back, Colin, and I know this is kind of pulling from another game we played, Murphy played this character. He was one of those that kind of lived outside the magic in the docks,
Right.
in the underworld, kind of thing. And so, yeah, no, the magic is such in Abkirk that everybody has a place to stay if they want it.
Mm-hmm.
But not everybody understands that, and especially if you've got orphans or people who are trying to hide, sometimes that magic doesn't fully encapsulate them, or they don't understand how to activate the magic of the city to give them a space.
Breaking my heart.
I know.
Very room a requirement.
Very much. It kind of is that kind of thing. But Zahad knows of this. And has been working diligently to reduce that area. And as Kieran has noticed, it's much smaller than what he remembers. And you see, as you look carefully at kind of this kind of shacky lean-to, you see 3 little kids kind of run out of it. Probably the age of 4 or 5, an older one, probably around the age of 8, yelling after them. And you hear the older one yell, "Be careful! Make sure you come back with a little bit to eat for dinner."
a bit of a smile comes across Kieran's face as he heads over. He pulls out his sack of coins, which he probably doesn't have that many tricks left, but he kind of looks over it, and he approaches the kiddos and gets down on his knee and pours out the rest of his coins, which amounts to about 11 tricks. And he hands them over and says, "Now you all find yourself a good meal. This should hopefully pay for something at the very least. And I promise you, someday you'll grow up and do great things."
You see the two kids, a little boy and a little girl, their eyes just get real big as you've essentially handed them enough to live for months. You know, because
That was the point.
Yep, a tricks basically is almost probably about half a month's living in good quality. You know, not just
Yeah.
meager. And you see them quickly turn around and run back to the one that was screaming after them, and the individual turns and looks up, and you just kind of see them mouth the word "thank you."
Yeah. And I, once again, another smile crosses my face as I look around and just see the area. And I admire the fact that it's a bit smaller, and I eventually head back to the temple. I'm assuming
Yep.
I'm assuming as I head back in, the Shinshur is still there. It hasn't been taken or anything.
Roll d20, man. Even odds. I don't know.
Yeah, roll me a D100.
Oh gosh, I don't even have a D100
I
pulled out,
want you to
man.
know. I want you to know.
81. 81. Was I supposed to guess a number?
So with an 81, I think you see a couple of religious priests kind of cleaning up the altar area, and they're moving towards the censure that you placed.
Yeah.
And like they're cleaning everything up, getting it ready for the next group that will be coming through.
Yeah, I walk over and say, "Oh, sorry, I need to take that. It was an offering from my friend, just to do a temporary offering for a little bit. Terribly sorry."
And you see an older gentleman. I was wondering. It didn't look like one of ours.
Yes, a friend gave it to me to use, but I thought Spandanda would enjoy it for a little bit, as I will pick it up and stick it in a pocket that I make sure I can feel like the entire time, make sure it doesn't get pickpocketed off of me.
Give me a religion check first to start with.
Yep. Religion check. It's not bad. 15 for religion.
Okay. You notice the iconography on the censure for the first time as you're looking at it. 1 second here, sorry. And you see... where is this? Sorry, I'm looking for a specific file here.
You see arrows.
No, you don't see arrows.
Arrows.
That's not the one you have.
Oh! It's the wannabe lightning symbol. Not for Spendanda though. It's the one with the two hands with the circle in the center. That's Wonkaboo.
Yep. The iconography of Vonkaboo.
What's Fonkaboo the god of?
Sand.
Again?
He's the
Yep.
sand plane deity,
Sandplane,
but
okay.
he is primarily the deity of hope.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you kind of think for yourself that that doesn't really fit the iconography of Nasara. Especially considering she made a big deal about her earring that
which
was the Orochi.
time.
Yep.
Yeah. And I'll just take a note of that in my head and just think that over. And I will begin to leave the temple, but before I do, I give a little nod to whatever statue of Spandanda there is.
Mhm.
Just a little gesture and a nod at it as I head back to Zahad's palace? Not Zahad's palace. What do you live in, Zahad, again? What's it
Manor.
considered? A manor? Okay. As I head back to the manor, And yeah, that's me.
As you are leaving,
Mm-hmm.
you are kind of lost in thought.
You are so quiet, my bro.
I know,
Yeah.
I'm away from the microphone. I'm sorry.
He's grabbing something.
Just grabbing notes. And you run into someone who is walking into the temple. This person is meagerly clad, not necessarily kind of as nice as you or anybody you've seen, but not as squalor as what you saw in the docks.
Yeah.
And individuals. Oh, I'm very, very sorry to have run into you, sir. Do
Oh, it's no
accept my
problem.
humble apologies.
Oh, it's no problem. I'm. Say who are you? My name's Kieran. It's great to meet you.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Kieran. Kieran, you don't look like you've been here. I usually know those who partake of Spendanda's temple.
Yeah, it's my first time in the temple. I used to live here in Abkirk a long time ago, but I've never been to the temple myself until now. I'm from Druntachin. I work in the temple up there.
Ah, I have yet to visit the city of Druntachin. I heard it's lovely.
It is. The weathers can be a little bit difficult sometimes, but most of the time it's pretty pleasant.
I'm sure it must be
And,
difficult having the city split between above and below.
Sometimes communication can be a bit iffy between the above and below sometimes, but it's not too terrible.
Well, um, I, I do apologize. I didn't tell you my name. My name is Zikran.
Zitron?
Zikran.
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 Uh-huh.
He says, "Do you frequent here a bit?"
To an extent. I think this world needs change.
It does. I agree with you there. And I feel that there's a change coming that feels a little inevitable, but I'm not too sure what exactly it is yet. But the world changes over time, you know, patterns.
Yes, but the world also tends to repeat itself unless something forces it to change.
That is true. You know, someday I hope I can bring about a change to this world.
Kieran, I see great things in your future.
Thank you. I hope you have a pleasant time at the temple, and I pat him on the back and say, you have a great day.
You do the same. Hopefully we see each other at some point in the future.
I sure hope so, my friend.
And he walks into the temple and you walk back out.
Yeah.
And you're able to find the mansion or the pretty easily.
Yeah.
Because once again the magic takes you where you're wanting to go.
Mm-hmm.
So you're able to get back there. And we'll switch back over to Melt. What is it that after lunch that you are doing, sir? You are muted.
How about now?
You are good now.
There you go.
Okay. I'm going to the Sidhu Temple. Instead of just gallivanting around town like I think I know my way around, I'm going to go find one of the house staff, like the first person I come across.
Okay.
1 second, I got it. 1, 2, 3.
He knew
7.
exactly where I was going. Roll me a D8.
Oh, 6.
Roll me a
because,
D6. Yep.
I told the butler to take the rest of the day off.
Okay. So, D6. Roll a 1.
You roll a 1.
My secretary.
Yep.
Ah.
As you were walking around, you see a little fairy kind of flying around. Seems to be you'd seen her a time or two with Zahad.
Excuse me, Miss Sugar Peach, I believe it was.
Yes, how may I help you?
I hate to be such burden, but I would very much like to visit the Temple of Sidu. I wouldn't think of detracting from your duties that I'm sure that Mr. Zod has you. But is there someone who might be available to, if nothing else, point me in the correct direction?
Did nobody tell you about this city?
What do you mean?
Well, this city is all intertwined into itself. It's a labyrinth. But you must think, darling, if you want to get where you're going.
Okay. Okay.
Does that not make sense? I thought surely
mean
a follower of Sidu would understand what that means.
Okay, so the magic of the place, I just think where I want to go and I am there?
To an extent, but the magic sometimes reaches deeper and takes you to where you need to go as well sometimes as to what you want. Sometimes it doesn't work the way you were hoping, but you always end up right where you're supposed to be.
Interesting. Well then, thank you very much for your time. I will see where the travels lead me, and hopefully I end up at the temple. And he will meander off that way. Oh, we're gonna see if I could get lost. Yes, let's go.
That worked out really well for your last character.
I mean, it's fine. It's mostly fine.
Jess, she had run out of time. That's why she brought me her iPad. I think she... But anyways, yeah, so as you leave the Zahad family estate, you find yourself in the city.
As we were walking here...
You didn't walk here. You walked to the mansion.
No, I mean, as we were walking to the mansion, you had mentioned something about seeing that temple, like, off in the skyline.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to envision that, and, like, just that's where I want to go, that's the thing I want to do, and we're going to take off walking and hope that works out, because that seems to be what she was implicating.
Okay. Let's do me a luck roll. I know we don't technically have luck, but let's just roll a d20.
Oh boy.
And see what happens.
Is this something I can manipulate, or...
If anything, I think it might be influenced by intelligence.
Yeah.
Right? You gotta really mentally envision what you want.
Okay.
Yeah, I could do an intelligence roll with this.
Alright, hold on, let me cancel that out, and let's do an intelligence check. Hold on, there we go. Hold on, yeah. We're just gonna give myself guidance while I'm thinking about it, because this just seems like I want to do well. 14. How does 14 sound?
14 sounds like it's a good roll, sir. As you are walking, the around you changes from the abodes and the big houses, and suddenly you find yourself standing before a giant archway with steps leading up forever and ever to a giant building. And you see lots of people kind of scurrying to and fro as you look behind you, and it's just open field. And it's just giant open fields in front of you, except for this giant castle-esque looking thing at the top of these massive steps.
Interesting.
There are people hurrying by you, carrying books.
Interesting. I will go up the stairs at that point then.
Okay. You start walking up the stairs and continue walking and walking and walking. 15 minutes pass. 20 minutes pass.
Am I making any headway?
Oh yeah, you're making headway. You turn and look back around, and the stairs seem to descend down below you,
Okay.
and the building seems to be getting a little closer.
Okay.
And you see people beside you moving faster than you are. Then you see some flying, some appearing next to you, and then disappearing.
Hold on. I'm going to take a slight pause. And I'm just going to envision myself at the door. Like in the brain box.
Make me an intelligence save.
Okay. Come on. Oh, dear, Beyond does not like me. 7. 7 is the
Seven.
number that I've
Cool.
rolled with my face.
Man, we never see him again.
You do that. You
Goodness.
concentrate real hard,
Uh-huh.
and you open,
Uh-huh.
and you look up, and the stairs seem to go on forever. Do you turn back around and look down?
Sure.
You're on the second step.
No bueno.
You see more people coming and going with books.
Uh-huh.
All seem to be dressed kind of similarly.
Okay, that's fair. I'm gonna try and get someone's attention.
Okay.
Like, just please help me. I'm new here.
An individual sees you, and they turn and look at you, and you look to be a little lost, Sonny.
It's my first time in Abkurt, and I want to visit the temple. It seems to be a bit more tricky than I would have given it credit for.
Sir, you ain't at a
First inspection.
temple. Them that up there, that's the university.
Oh. Okay.
Did you not realize that that's what that was?
No, in fact, I did not. I was looking, at least in my mind's eye, I was envisioning a temple of Sidhu.
Well, I mean, the temple to Sidhu is inside the university library.
There we have the crux of the matter. Okay, good enough. Is there some trick to getting up there? My
It's a
attempt.
magic university.
That doesn't answer the question, sir.
He kind of looks you up and down and says, "You sure you a follower of Sidhu?"
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much for your time. I will not waste any more of it. And
Sir, the
Good.
answer is magic. Everybody you've been seen has been using magic to get around here.
okay, that's nice.
I mean, you can choose to walk up those steps, but That'll take you a couple hours. I only know one student who's ever been doing that on a consistent basis after the first day.
Okay. Okay. I'm. No, it's not. It's. Thank you very much. I'm gonna walk a couple more steps, and then I'm gonna try and think my way back up to the top again. Because
As he sees you walk up the steps, would you like some help?
Sure.
He reaches over and casts Long Strider on you.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Oh, so now you'll move up a little bit faster.
Well, no, because now he has magic, it goes quicker. And
Oh, okay.
it seems to take only about 5 minutes to reach the top with that, because the magic makes the stairs shorter.
I think this episode is just going to be Melt struggles with stairs for an hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn off the camera. I'm gone.
I have
luck,
an
buddy.
idea. I have an idea now, but we'll
as
try
you
it
get-
out later.
As you get up to the very top, you see big, huge double oak doors standing of about 40 to 50 feet tall.
Going in the door.
Fantastic. It opens up into a basically a giant concourse area, kind of a courtyard inside as soon as you do it. As you walk in, suddenly you are inside and the walls seem to encompass the periphery of everything, but it's a bigger space than what it looked like, and it already looked like it was a big space to begin with. Almost as if it's a kind of a pocket dimension inside the giant building.
That's fair.
You see all kinds of different, I guess at this point you could call them students, as you're walking through practicing magic, different kinds of magic. Excuse me. And you even see people levitating giant boulders, taking pieces of paper, and you see a student asking for other people to try to lift the piece of paper after he's cast a spell on it, and nobody seems to be able to lift the paper.
Interesting.
But yeah, lots of different people around. What would you like to do?
Let's see if we can locate the library.
As soon as you think of the library, the vision in front of you blurs, and you are standing in the middle of a massive library. As you look up, it seems to go on forever.
Okay.
And in front of you, you see a statue that has looks kind of humanoid, but around it is circling multiple dragons, seems to be flying around said individual. And on the base, you see the feather, the holy symbol of Sidu.
Okay. We'll walk up to that and just pay reverence to that for a little bit.
Okay, give me a religion check.
Ooh, boy. Religion. Shazam. 16.
16. You get the sense this is what you're supposed to be doing.
Okay. This is fair.
Kind of that nervous, excited energy of starting a new task that you're supposed to be doing.
Okay. Then we're going to go look through the library to see what kind of information can be found or gleaned from Kriegord or disappearances, anything of like the current task that we are looking to do.
Okay. Which one is your first priority?
General information about Kriegord to start, and then we'll move into the local events and disappearances. But
Okay.
Kriegord generally.
So, as you begin with Kriegord, one second here. You notice that there's not many books on Kriegord.
Okay.
You're not really sure of whether that's because there's not really been anything eventful, or because they tend to keep to themselves.
Okay.
You find a couple of some holy men coming from Kriegord, declaring that the immortals hold the answer to most questions. And that the deities don't necessarily see everything. The book is entitled Some Heretics from Kriegord. But it's not really that much information on the city itself.
What's the implication of heretics?
They basically said the gods didn't know much.
Okay. So it's just they're not in touch with the gods sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. How good of a description did Zahad actually give as to like the disappearances?
I mean, I gave you documentation. Like,
Okay.
we have a list of names, races, family members, or stuff like that.
At that point, if I don't get anything on the town, we'll start looking for like similar things that may have happened.
Yeah, you'll get one.
You actually stumble upon a very thin book that talks about recent events at the university.
Oh.
Oh, so like a newspaper.
Almost. It's more like a magazine, but it's more of the library tends to collect knowledge, and its magic is it collects knowledge. And so something new just happened. Like, it looks like the book was published like yesterday, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Inside it, you read that multiple students had gone missing, and that a group of individuals had been tasked to find an artifact. And as you're reading through it, it almost reads like a fiction story. Like, imagine like Scooby-Doo gang, you know, with the big bads. And it turns out that the group finds the artifact for the university, only to discover that the missing university students were the ones behind the absconding of the artifact. And it ends with, I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
Yes.
He's reading a comic strip is what he's reading.
And it talks about one individual who keeps casting the spell Sleep as he hits people over the head with his warhammer.
Oh, beautiful.
Night.
He's a sorcerer.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yep.
Okay. Well,
They also call him a fellow student.
Fellow student. Oh,
Mhm.
goodness. Okay, so this individual's walking the halls here. All right, cool. Sleep hammer.
Man, you don't want to show up in the wrong alleyway. You know what I mean?
Septimus,
wanna-
don't walk in this. Don't walk in this university, Septimus. You're gonna get jumped by
You don't
the.
want to suddenly take a nap.
Take a nap. Yeah.
Talking about, yeah.
But it also seems like there are blank pages at the back of this book.
Okay. Very interesting. Well, all right then. It seems very weird to me that, yeah, this town's just a void. There should be. Yeah, that's strange. I don't like it. Okay. We'll dally around a little bit longer, but if there's nothing profitable to be found, I am going to
Roll me
Oh,
a D100 and give me a number.
okay. Like a number before I roll.
Yep.
Let's go with 70.
Okay.
D100. Roll. Oh my god.
Oh wow.
What do you roll?
On the dot.
70.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, Andrew, give him a secret.
That's like a natural
As-
20 right there.
As you are getting ready to leave the library, you see something catch your eye.
Okay.
And it is a book entitled Horizon Walkers.
Okay. I am.
And it has all the symbols of every deity.
Oh.
It doesn't have the newer Mercy or Orochi, but all the other deities is on the cover.
That's pretty cool.
Interesting. How does the book or checkout system here work, or is there one?
You want to go try to find a librarian?
Yes.
The library knows.
I'm grabbing that and taking it with me because yes, that is a thing.
Okay.
The library knows, and if you don't return your book in time, the library will like a mech suit, like a transformer, and it will hunt you down.
Okay.
Definitely, that's definitely what happens.
Emissary actually works for the library, so if you don't return your book in time, Emissary's gonna go over there and mess
like-
you up.
He's gonna
Yeah.
give you a nap. You know what I
It's
mean?
fine. Zahad said I could, and like, if you have any
Castle.
problems, any problems or complaints, you can direct them to him. Yeah.
Yeah. So as you begin to look for the librarian, you see a lizard folk with glasses, kind of taking some books around with a cart. And as she gets close to where they go, she just kind of flings them up, and the book just goes right back to where it's supposed to be in the shelf.
Nice.
So, can I help you?
Yes. What process does one need to go through to borrow a tome from this?
Well, all books in the
institution.
library are available for students of the university to return to their dorm rooms and read, and upon completion, they will find their way back to my cot.
Very well.
She looks you up and down and goes, "You're not a student, are you?"
No, I am not.
There are two options.
Yes, ma'am.
One, you can go through the trial of the library card. Or two, you may approach the statue of Sidu and see if he will allow you to take a tome from his library.
You die either way.
Okay.
Immediate death.
Okay. Oh.
That's awesome.
One portion of me, and it is like, let's go to the statue and call it a good day. But you got me really curious about this. Like, oh,
Do the trial. Die.
yep,
Yeah.
yep, nope, we're gonna do it. Let's do it. Like, what are we? Well, yeah, let's do this.
Trial
like,
by
library
book fire.
Yeah, trial by library
Everybody in
card.
the-
What do we do?
Library just throws books at you till you die. That's the
I
trial.
mean, hey,
If you happen to not die, congratulations.
Yes.
All right, so trial by library card is what you are preferring.
Fucking apparently.
it,
It's just been so long since I've had anybody choose that option.
Technically, you could do both.
So come with me as she
Okay.
leads you back
Sure.
to a grand desk and reaches down to the bottom shelf and pulls out an old dusty tome
okay.
and drops it. And I mean, you're talking like this thick.
Oh, a brick.
Yeah.
Okay.
And kind of blows the dust off of it, and you get this poof of like a huge cloud of dust. And she's like, "All right, let's see here. So first, there's the written test that you have to pass. So I'm going to give it to this. You have 10 minutes to complete the 300 questions.
Okay.
If you should pass this, then yeah, we'll just. If you pass, we'll see what happens."
Okay.
And she hands you the piece of paper and a pen, and says, "You may begin." And magically, a hourglass appears above you with trickling sand out of it. And you begin reading, and the test says, "Read all instructions and questions carefully before answering any questions."
Okay.
So you
Skip
go
to the end. The end.
as you begin. It starts off pretty easy. It asks you who it was the first deities created. Begins on who were the secondary, who were the tertiary. What are the roles of each
It's like a
deity?
U.S. citizenship test, but for the Beatrix.
And it continues on to what domains do each god entitle, what did they do, asks what the name of the giant library of Sidhu is, keeps going and going. Are you answering these questions as you go, or what are you doing?
Yeah.
Okay. And they get progressively harder. Give me an intelligence check to this point
Okay.
Or
to
would
see
this
how
be-
much you know.
Would this be a history check for him?
Oh yeah, I'll give you a history.
We're guidance.
Looking out for you, buddy.
Yep. Nope. We're guidance. Guidance.
You got this, man.
D&D Beyond hates me.
I
today.
know what you're
Not
doing,
like you,
Andrew,
yeah.
and it's cruel and unusual.
D&D Beyond hates
I am a
me.
They
fan.
know they did this to me when I was in second grade, and I never forgave them.
14.
Cool. You're getting to the point where you are running out of, like, you got like halfway through the deities of what domains they're responsible for, and like you've hit like a Crosa and you can't remember all of her domains, or yeah, and you keep going on, and the questions just get harder and harder. It's now asking about if a flying ship is proceeding from Acrosa to the realm of Sidhu, how fast must it fly in order to skip through Beatrix in less than 3 hours?
Okay.
Nonsense.
No graphic calculator either.
Yeah.
We're-
The next question asks if a swallow is flying at 60 miles an hour, and
How heavily laden is it?
Yes, exactly. Wonderful. And then it asks you if you want to go searching for the Holy Grail.
I'm just going to start skipping through, like, to see if I can find the end at that point. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, this is getting bonkers.
Yeah, no, and like the second to last question, you read it and it says that the world is planning to end in, and it gives a time in seconds. How many days is this from the end of the world from today? Yeah.
That's an interesting question.
And then the very last thing says, now that you have read through all the questions, please answer the first 25, answer no others, flip your page over, and tell her you are done.
How far did I get in this?
About 80
Okay.
of the 300.
Is it a pencil? Go race.
Using the like hey presto magical things of this happy library, can I just like erase like the everything
There's
to
literally
25?
there's literally a cantrip for this, and I have it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, buddy.
Huh? Yeah. No. That's fair.
As you look up and the hourglass is empty as you're starting to erase.
Boo hiss. Okay.
No, you don't understand. They did this to me when I was in second grade. They gave me a 50-question test, and they said, and the first line was, read all the questions thoroughly before you answer. And the last two questions were, or the last question was, write your name and the date and turn it in. Ignore all previous questions.
That's true.
Evil.
I think my psychology class in college did that once.
That's me.
Give me a... So you answered 80. You're only supposed to answer 25. So roll me a D100 and divide it by 2. And that's how many you were able to erase before
Come on,
time
high numbers.
expired.
High numbers.
We got this. Ooh.
90.
So 45. You got almost all of them erased.
Oh.
So 25, so that gets you to 70. So
Seriously.
you got back to 35. As the librarian comes over and looks at it and goes, well, you lost 10 points for answering 10 questions that you did not need to, but that gives you a 90, and that passes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now on to the second part of the trial.
No!
Let's go.
You have 5 minutes to put these books back where they go. And there's a whole cart full with 50 books.
If you can dodge a book, you can dodge a ball.
I mean, I saw how she did it, so yeah, no, we're gonna like looking at the book. Like, would I have a reasonable idea of how the filing works here?
Give me... This is just going to be a straight intelligence.
Okay. Nope. Nope. Nope.
Aren't you supposed to be a knowledge cleric?
I swear to God.
Is it the dice? Is it the
It's the
problem?
dice. It's the dice that are the problem. It
Oh,
really
yeah.
is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not good.
Tell that to
Um,
the books.
I roll a 1, and yeah, no, I have no. Yeah, no.
So you knock over the books and set them on fire.
I mean, I just don't know. I'm
Okay, so what are you going to do?
gonna take a book and just kind of like toss it at the shelf, and hopefully wonderful things happen. Like envision it like in its place where it belongs.
Okay.
Good idea.
Let's see here.
I believe.
Well, the book comes flying back at you and lands back in the cart.
Okay. Well, boo. How? Yeah, my feature is not going to work in my favor on this. Ugh. All right, anyway.
What else are you trying?
I'm looking at the shelving and whatnot, is there a like perceived order that these things are in?
Yes.
They are
And can I
organized
draw-
by taste.
And can I draw a conclusion just looking at the shelf as how it's organized?
Yeah. You can. You understand that they are separated into fiction and nonfiction, but there is also a spot for spell books,
Okay.
things
For
for,
spell-
and then there's also areas of like this has to do with the realm of Akrosa, this has to do with Sea-Doo, this has to do with yada yada.
Okay, so it's developed. Okay.
So it's broken down into subsections.
Sorry, I wanted
Yep.
to ask: are spell books in the nonfiction or fiction side?
They are in the nonfiction.
Okay. Using that reference, then we're going to sort through what I have and then start throwing them at appropriate shelves.
Okay. Give me. I'd go with a history as you're reading through it.
Guidance
I
and
believe in you, Melt.
yeah, no. Apparently, the dice in this app do not believe in me. But we'll
Time
hold
to
on.
change. Time to change the dice in there. Then.
Hold on. That's looking 17 is a lot better.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to sort the books out into their appropriate genres. At this point, you have probably about 2 minutes left.
Tossing them at the shelf that I kind of ID as like this is where the thing goes.
Give me an intelligence save.
Okay.
Or I'd let you do a wisdom save. Either one.
Wisdom save would be yes, I will take that. 10.
10.
Gosh.
As you have chunked. Roll me D100 divided by 2.
Sure.
Get out your physical dice.
Yeah, no, that's probably where we're going. 'Cause-
Drawing
oh my
straws also might be good.
goodness. I mean, 21.
Okay, so you had chunked 21 books.
Yep.
Dice Fairy is not having a good day.
No.
Yeah, no. I can
As
sympathize.
21 dice are rolled
Oh boy.
as they come flying back at you. What's your AC?
20.
We're about to lose Melt.
As
I told you.
3 books hit you square in the face.
Okay. That's nice.
And you will take 7 points of bludgeoning damage
Okay then.
as they just hit you. Boom, boom, boom. But only half of the books came back that you threw.
Okay then. I was at least halfway right. Yay. I will take that.
You have about a minute.
Um
Oh boy.
I'm gonna do it again and just hope that math works in my favor at this point. Because I don't have time to really do slow and careful.
You are in big trouble.
Okay. Give me an intelligence save.
Yep.
I believe.
Yeah, no, we're rolling real dice now because the D&D beyond is telling me to like piss off. So yeah. 14.
14. Okay.
It's going up.
Yep.
It is.
So you have gotten rid of 10 books. So you have 40 left.
Okay.
So roll me 2 d20s.
Okay. Any modifiers or just
Nope.
straight roll?
I just need to know how many books you threw.
A 13 and a 20.
So 33 of the 40. Okay.
Right.
With that,
Ninja Star books.
He
Exactly.
really wants
No.
this library card.
I mean,
Maybe just ask Sea-Doo. Maybe he'll.
I think that was probably the better notion, but
uh,
Try.
one book hits you in the face,
okay.
Don't get knocked out.
and you take 4 bludgeoning,
Okay.
but
cool.
only 6 books came back.
I can live with that.
You have 15 seconds left as you still have 7 and 13 books left.
Just start throwing. Throw,
'Kay.
throw.
One more intelligence save.
Come on, big money.
I believe.
Yep. 15.
15. Okay. And then roll me a d12.
12. Huzzah. 5.
One book comes back and hits you in the face.
Okay.
Jeez, for 4 bludgeoning.
Okay.
How are you looking?
I'm not looking great. But my gosh, we're going good. It's fine.
As you threw all but 8 books back.
Okay.
The librarian comes over and says, "Not as good as I'd hoped, but 8 of 50. That means you lost 16 points for an 84. You pass."
These
C's
degrees.
degree. Yeah.
So as they continue, she goes, "All right, back to the book. Oh, I am so sorry. The last test. Go to the fountain and ask Sidu if you can check it out."
Very well. And
6,000-page book.
he will wander
That's all
over
it
there.
says.
Yep. Nope. Nope. He will wander over to the statue and it's like, yep, nope, just kneel down and is like, please, let me have this book. It's very important. It's why I was brought here.
Say sorry and apologize to her. You hurt her. Say sorry.
Not to talk over the crying child in the background, but dead air is going to be a bad thing for us currently. So I'm just going to keep making noises.
Well,
Zip it to whop it.
I was waiting to hear his roll.
Oh,
Yeah,
a roll. Oh, sorry. I
do
did
me
not
a
hear
religion check.
Religion check. Haha.
Yes, indeed. Books, knowledge,
Everybody-
I'm gonna
things.
do guidance right along
It
with
is quite nice, isn't it? Knowledge. I
It
suppose.
is.
Books, yes. I had the funny thought that while Melt was in there looking for the books on Krigor, Zahad's sitting like in his desk in his room, and he's got like 15 different tomes of Krigor, and
Krigor,
they're all
yeah.
checked out to him.
Yeah.
Like he reaches up and like he picks out like the Horizon Walker's book. Like, oh,
18 the total.
You feel something appear in your pocket.
I reach in and take it out.
It's a library card.
There you go.
Yay.
Somewhere out there, Septimus screams.
as getting punched by the Minotaur Bros.
No, I mean, this is technically only the first day, so Septimus hasn't even been banned from the library yet.
That's
A future
is this-
Septimus.
Oh, it takes place. Is that the? It lines
Yep.
up right with.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Septimus, you guys are at the market at the moment in the first part of the campaign.
interesting. That's fast.
Buster is killing something with a piece of ham.
Yes, that was awesome.
I think it's actually a little late in the day, so I think we're actually starting to split off at this point, which is what we've done now. But
Yeah,
who knows?
yeah, we're getting close to Septimus being banned from the library.
And
Yep, because
such
that
a-
happened
Like
at the
a
end of the
week.
day. Yeah. So we're through there, and you look in the book, and it is checked out. It says on the front cover, checked out from the library to Melt.
Very nice.
And the librarian says, I guess they did away with the trial of the library card because it just ended with just ask Sidu. I apologize. You're the first person under my tenure that has requested the trial of the library card.
I let my curiosity get the better of me. Anyway, yes, thank you very much for this edifying experience. And he's just gonna walk.
Hopefully the books were enlightening. Did they drum some knowledge into you?
Lightning.
Yes, I had that message drilled into me, you might say. And he will walk to the door down that note. It's like licking his wounds.
By the way, how close are you to being down?
One more book hit of about the 4 variety would have done it.
As we switch back from the library to Nasara. Nasara, what have you been doing this afternoon since the lunch?
I've followed whoever it was, or somebody was bringing me parchment.
Maddie.
Maddie was
She
bringing
had
me
it brought to a
parchment?
room for you.
Okay, well, I was waiting in my room for the parchment, and then I will be writing a letter to my parents, giving them an update on myself and my brother and my entanglements, and to not expect me to be able to respond to them anytime soon. Just general stuff. Wishing my sister well on her endeavors, and just generally, it's not an overly warm letter. It's very utilitarian. And then I thank Maddie for getting me the stuff, and then I send it off, and I spend the rest of the time until dinner in meditation about what exactly we are supposed to be doing on this adventure looking for missing people, because I've never been involved in anything I haven't been involved in anything like this for a very long time. And the last time I was an utter disaster. So, trying to reflect on how to not make the same mistakes. You are muted.
Yeah.
You're thinking back to the adventure you just had with your brother?
I didn't have an adventure with my brother. I was barred from leaving the city.
No,
I'm talking. Well,
At the dock.
I mean, okay, yes. But no, that is not what I'm talking about. Because
Okay.
I feel like that went rather well, actually, all things considered. What I'm referring to is my training
Okay.
and my brother's escapade.
Oh, everybody's gone. Hold on. Everybody vanished. 1 second. There we go. You are back, so you can continue.
My brother's escapade into the far realms, not the far realms as in Faerun, but the not Beatrix. So, and so yeah, trying not to spend too much time dwelling on what an absolute failure that was, but also trying to be mindful of how, with my newfound abilities, I can be of better service in this latest mission. You are muted.
As you sit there meditating, you begin to hear a familiar sound of the ticking of a clock.
I visibly relax into the familiarity of it and the comfort of it.
Very much almost like a metronome, just the tick, tick, tick. And as you relax, your eyes begin to kind of relax into the newer things that you have begun to understand, and seeing the clear casing around everything. As you just kind of relax into the understanding of time continues to move forward, that it affects everything, and that it's going to be okay.
I kind of just whisper to myself, thank you for the comfort. I know this is not something I have to do alone anymore. And that's it.
Yep, as you...
Just quiet and burning incense and just reflecting until dinner, and then I go back into the loud.
Yep. As you utter that thank you, the metronomic ticking of the clock resides, and the clear encasing across everything kind of leaves your vision, but you still have the sense that you're not alone. So as we swing back to Zahad, as you are, I'm guessing, back at your desk.
Let's go to Emissary.
I figured Emissary was coming in after you here in a second.
I'm going to knock on that door. But if you can do another before that.
Emissary, I guess if he is just walking into my room.
Uh-huh.
Well, I guess if we go to me first, I would. I'm gonna draw, like, after I'm done playing with the kids. I get my backpack, and I bought a little pastry for Maddie Greenhill, the maid. So I'll find her. If I can't find her, I'll leave it on her area and stuff, and then I'll come and find Zahad, and I'll knock on his door.
As you're
And
I think Emissary will come in, and he'll kind of actually, he doesn't usually sit down, but he will find. I mean, these are probably big chairs, and he'll find a chair that's faces the desk of Zahad and sit down.
Yep. Zahad is like, he has like one leg like perched up on a wall, and he's trying to shove his bag of holding open over like a whole like bookcase.
Oh, I will try to.
Yes, all of these. Hello, Missouri. How do I don't know how people get all of these.
You have to turn it side here. Let me and I'll try to assist him and try to fit this huge. Is it a bookcase? The whole bookcase in there? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, it's not going to fit.
Yeah. Then I'll say. Then I'm like, that's not going to fit, Zahad. I would just
pity
take some of the books that you wish to take in the bag.
I haven't been on an adventure like this in some time, Emissary. I'm uncertain of how I should prepare. In my youth, I donned armor and a blade. And
when
a jacket. I need more jackets.
Perhaps when we've spoken about this before. How old are you, Zahad? Never mind. That's when were you last on an adventure?
Well, Abkirk wasn't around then. It's been long enough to say I don't know.
You say you wielded
It's
a
written
sword?
down somewhere, I'm sure.
You sword and shield?
It's probably a book in a library that you could borrow if you were to pass the trial of the library, which killed many people. It took about 3 months to get through the trial, of which you could not eat nor drink, and you had to sustain yourself through the power of your mind.
What was the end goal of this trial of the library?
Oh, to get a library card.
Library card.
Yes, a very
that-
powerful weapon.
Zahad, take inspiration.
Finally! Have it making
And that
people laugh?
bestowed-
Have it making children cry? I don't even have
In this,
any inspiration yet.
in this card, it would bestow some magical properties or some benefit to the user of such. Of a card.
No, not in any way.
It's a piece of paper.
Yeah.
In fact, actually, if I recall correctly, I knew of some people back then who just got a slip of paper and they stole the punch card that would make the library card, and that apparently it was truly valid. There are a bunch of forgeries out there the library still accepts. It's really easy to get in, apparently.
Zahad,
Hmm.
do you trust these people? Do you think are they right for the job?
I think at that point, when you ask like a hard question, he will prune his mustaches a little bit. He'll sit down in his chair behind his desk and go, "To be an individual worthy of trust, one must trust already. I believe that they are worthy of my trust. I have done the best I have to learn only what I need to of them, though there's more in these documents. I will not read them further, though. I want to believe they each have a role to play, and that without them, I would not be able to fulfill these duties which I bestowed upon myself." Yes.
The emissary, I think emissary will stand up and he'll walk over to the. You probably have like a bookshelf with maybe there's a painting of you and your children. One of the, and I'll kind of take a look at that and I'll turn back and stand. I'll just look. I trust you, and you are. Look, I trust your research, and I trust that you know what you're doing. But Melt Silvermark, he comes highly recommended from the papers and from the research that you've given to me. Karen seems to, he can certainly benefit us, and he can provide you and the others the necessary protection, perhaps. Sarah, though, why I don't. Her most of all,
Nasara. Nasara is a recent addition. Naturally, I have less paperwork on her, but as of recent memory, which in the past few days, there have been incidents within the college, within the docks, which I have an inkling that they are connected. As in these reports, there were bodies found in this warehouse by the docks that were indescribably different. I was going to have a cadaver brought, but I was told no. I anticipate asking her more questions about the experience, but she seems a little bit wary of us, which is why I've invited her into a home. At least I hope she feels safe here. Hopefully welcome. No. No, emissary, these things take time. Trust does not happen immediately, unless you have so much trust to give as I do. But that's because I'm very large.
Yeah.
I kind of like grab my like Santa belly.
Yeah. Yes.
But I believe the information she has is extremely valuable. If we are to encounter anything similar to what she has experienced, we will need her data, her experiences. I believe there'll be a good guiding effort.
And of course, I am more than happy to assist you in this endeavor. Do you think, though, that this has any connection to what happened to my village? Any?
Emissary, I'll be frank, emissary. I'm not sure. There isn't any evidence. Somewhere in my heart, I believe, this heart, not the other one, I believe that there's a chance it's connected.
That is a fair answer.
Much like a sun shining upon a forest, there are many shadows, but then in all, they are all just one shadow. I believe that's this sort of situation.
I have to think about that a little bit.
While you're here, would you help me undress? I don't know how all of these belts and intertwining.
Yes, and he'll go and he'll assist him, and he'll ask if he needs a bath prepared or something like that.
Yes, I'm not sure how to work the knobs on the bathtub. There's 15, and I don't know why there are so many. It's a hot or cold, but there's 15.
It is superfluous. Yeah, it's a HUD. You don't need that many knobs.
Biblically accurate shower.
No. It's like years ago, he's like, you know what I want? I want a shower with 15 knobs.
It controls, shampoo, a conditioner, bubble bath, temperatures, aeration, circulation. Each of those knobs. No bleach. Each of those knobs does something
Candles.
different. And he's just like, he's now like, I just want hot and cold. Like I could just do one. Like one side's cold, one side's hot.
It could be the same knob, and just the water runs always.
Yeah.
If I turn it to the left, it's hotter. Turn to the right, it's colder.
All the way to the right
It
is
could
off.
just be levers. I don't know why it's so complicated.
Yeah.
Don't know why. Okay, well, let's get you. Yeah.
Is there anything else anybody would like to do before the end of the day?
Yeah. Kieran will have the what was the thing you gave me? Sorry again. What's the name of it?
The sensor,
The
yeah.
sensor.
Yep.
Yeah. I kind of hold it in my hands as I start approaching your room, and I just think to myself, now, what would a
There's a
server
sign that says the Sara's room.
what would a worshiper of Orochi have to do with Vonkaboo? And he's kind of just thinking that to himself as he's beginning to approach to give it back.
Mm-hmm. Do you knock on the door?
I do.
Okay.
You may enter.
And I walk in and say, hello, Kieran. And you see me pull out the censer. I say, I believe this is yours. Now, I do wonder, you seem to have this sense of Orochi around you. Why do you have a Vonkaboo censer, if I may ask?
That is a very personal question.
And you may keep that to yourself if you wish.
I will say this. All of the gods are connected. And Vonkaboo is important to my family.
Interesting. Very, very interesting.
Is Spendonda truly the only deity you honor?
I have a little respect for some others, especially, honestly, personally. Orochi, I have a lot of respect for as well. Time is something that all mortals are bound to, no matter who they are. So I must respect Orochi quite a bit. The other ones I really pay no mind to.
That is strange. But if it works for you, will you be joining us for dinner?
Perhaps, but I'm going to think on that. And
I believe our host was disappointed with your absence at lunch. But do as you will.
I'll keep that noted, and perhaps I should make an appearance and say, I hope to see you then, I suppose. And I will leave and close the door.
The dining room has that mop with the bucket. It's hanging from a noose.
You're so awesome, Zahad!
That's awful.
All right. Well, I think that is a good spot to call it for this evening. I hope you all enjoyed it. I do have a bit of bad news. Unfortunately, we will be taking a brief hiatus Due to scheduling and trips and things, we will be gone for 3 weeks. So we will not be back until the end of May. So I'm trying to think, what day is that? Because it's May 1st today. If I could open a calendar.
It won't be May.
It will.
It might be the 31st.
Yeah,
29th.
29th. Okay.
That's
So
long.
29th of May, I know it is a long time. I think it'll technically be the longest we've gone without playing.
That's not true. We had back-to-back internet slash.
I guess that's true.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but this will still be 3 full weeks of not. So,
Hey, but that gives people time. That gives people time to digest these 2 episodes. Maybe
Yep.
finish the last campaign, and if you really want to decipher everything that everyone's been dropping, you can have fun with that.
Yep.
I think we've dropped plenty of things with our characters. So
there's even been some secrets dropped already about the world that I'm hoping you guys picked up on and will investigate. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm excited to see where this one goes. But yeah, no, it's gonna be fun to see where these characters go. So we'll see you May 29th for episode 3. The Trek begins. So until then, I hope you all have a wonderful night, and I hope all your games are as filled with as much shenanigans as ours are. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night,
Good
everybody.
night,
Good night,
everybody.
everybody.
Bye-bye.